Welcome back, everybody. All right, so sometimes you can actually do something that is easy to do within a computer program and actually create some pretty innovative results. So, what do I mean by that? So, let's go ahead and delete this here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to create a sphere, but instead of 64, we are going to make this, in fact, 32. Okay, so here we could actually even almost have this as a light. And going back with our small science fiction theme in just a second here, um, we could have this as a transparent light here. And in fact, when you do pull this into any kind of game engine or any kind of other engine, it does look cool when this is transparent and there's a light in there. But let's actually do something cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop into face select, and all I want you to do is just randomly select a whole bunch of these here. Now you can select them. For example, you can select them like this in order, but that's not as fun. Just randomly select everything around the top half of the sphere, and make sure that they're not connected in any way, shape, or form. And I'll show you why in just a second here. And we're going to actually go and delete the top in just a second here. So just kind of moving around. Just you'll see why I'm not going to make these connected in just a second. It just actually looks a little bit cooler when you don't do that. So, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to delete these. We're going to delete them, and so that the idea is that the light will come out of each of the little holes here. Now it's a little bit it's not just a little bit CPU costly. It's actually very CPU costly. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do is see this top layer here. I'm not going to select anything in here, and I'm just going to select simply all of these here. The reason is that the more shadows you do and the more shadows you cast inside any kind of interactive engine, or even if you're rendering this, let's say as a movie, it will increase the render time and it will slow down your game. Okay, so now that we have everything here, just make sure that there's none of them that are touching, and just simply push X, and we're going to delete the faces here. Now that looks pretty cool here. Pretty cool. If you really wanted to, you could, for example, if you see one here, you can delete the face like that. You can maybe delete this face. And yeah, you can delete that face too. Add it in as many as you want. And what will happen is that if I kind of zoom into the circle here, you can put a light in there, and this will cast enough shadows for it to make some cool effects. And what you can also do, and this is really cool, is you can actually rotate the sphere so that it creates these light effects around the room. Again, it's a little bit more costly to do, but it can be done, and it looks amazing. Okay, and it's kind of a cool science fiction, or even if you really wanted to, if you're making a game that was took place in the 60s or 70s, this effect was used quite a bit, or 50s, 60s, 70s. Light effects were used like that at that time. I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.